So, what now? What can we actually do to grow or to start a relationship with God? I have five suggestions. And the first one is really simple. Is just start talking, right? Like for me, I think about all the deep relationships I have right now, whether it's friends, or my wife, or even my kids, and they all had a starting point, right? They all had a starting point where there was an introduction or there were some awkward conversations, and then over time that relationship grew deeper and deeper because you showed up, because you started discussing things that were important to you, that were deeper, right? And vice versa. So I think that's the real key starting point. Is just introduce yourself. Start there. Start talking. The second one is go where God is. Yes, God is everywhere, but like we have church for a reason, right? I always love the scripture verse where Mary and Joseph lose Jesus and they're looking everywhere for him, and they actually go to the temple and then they find him there, and then Jesus is just like, I mean, where else would I be? I'm in my father's house, right? And I think that's a key component and key learning for us of just for seeking God, like go to his house, right? Show up. I think the third thing that I think that we can just start doing in a practical way is that kind of follows up with the going to the church is just receiving the sacraments, right? As Catholics, we have baptism, we have confession, we have the Eucharist, right? We even have moments where we can sit in adoration. And I think those are really key, important moments that we can dive deeper into and get closer to God. The fourth one is probably one of my favorites, is reading scripture, right? Scripture from the book of Genesis all the way to Revelation is just a book about God and him having a relationship with all these people across, different times. And I think it's so important you get to learn more about who he is as a person, right? And who God is and his people. So I think that's a good starting point too. And then the last one I would say is just starting community, right? I think for me, it's super important to have people who are wanting to dive deeper into God and like have a stronger relationship. And it's good for me to have just community of people that are trying to do the same things, right? Like I have a friend of group of guys that we meet up at a Starbucks on Fridays early in the morning, and we just talk about our week. We talk about the good things, the bad things, and everything. So I think community is really important. So those are just five things that I think are kind of important that I've seen in my own life that help curate and nurture a relationship with God. What are yours? I would love your tips. Comment. Let me know.